I pretended I was okay. Until I couldn't anymore, the breaking point that changed everything. There is a kind of strength that people see, and then there is a kind of strength that no one notices, the kind that shows up in forced smiles, in quiet nods, in the simple words "I'm fine" when everything inside you feels the opposite. And for years, that was the kind of strength Vanessa carried, the invisible kind, the kind that held her together in public while she slowly fell apart in private. And on a calm afternoon filled with soft conversations and distant laughter, she sat across from a group of friends listening as someone shared exciting news: "I'm pregnant," and as everyone reacted with joy, Vanessa smiled too. She said the right words, she hugged her friend, she played her part perfectly, but inside, something cracked in a way she could no longer ignore. Because for nearly 5 years, Vanessa had been trying to get pregnant, and in those 5 years, she had learned how to hide her pain so well that even she had started to believe she was okay. She had convinced herself that she was strong enough to handle it, that she could carry the disappointment quietly, that she didn't need to talk about it, that she could just keep going, month after month, cycle after cycle, hope after hope. But what she didn't realize was that every time she said "I'm fine" when she wasn't, she was pushing her feelings deeper, layering them quietly inside her until they became something too heavy to carry. At first, her journey had been filled with hope, the kind of hope that makes everything feel possible. She believed it would happen naturally, that it was only a matter of time. She imagined the moment she would find out, how she would share the news, how her life would change, and for a while, that belief carried her. It gave her patience, it gave her strength. But as time passed and nothing changed, that hope began to feel different. It became something fragile, something that flickered instead of shined. Something she held onto carefully because she was afraid of what it would feel like to lose it completely. She did everything she thought she should do, everything she believed would help. She followed advice, made changes, stayed consistent. She tracked her cycle, paid attention to every detail, tried to understand her body, but no matter how much effort she put in, the results stayed the same. And the hardest part wasn't just the waiting, it was the silence, the lack of answers. The feeling of doing everything right but not getting the outcome she expected, and slowly, without even realizing it, she began to turn that frustration inward. She started blaming herself, questioning her body, wondering if she had done something wrong, if she had waited too long, if there was something about her that was different, something that was preventing her from becoming the person she had always imagined she would be. And those thoughts didn't come all at once, they built over time. Quietly, subtly, until they became part of how she saw herself. There were moments that stayed with her, moments that felt small to others but carried weight for her, like the time she avoided certain conversations because she didn't want to answer questions, or the time she laughed along with others while feeling disconnected inside, or the nights she lay awake staring at the ceiling, her mind filled with questions she couldn't answer. And through all of this, she kept pretending she was okay, pretending she wasn't affected, pretending she could handle it. But the truth is, there is only so much a person can carry before something begins to shift. And for Vanessa, that shift came in a moment she didn't expect. After leaving that gathering, after smiling, after pretending once again, she got into her car, closed the door, and for a moment, she just sat there, hands on the steering wheel, staring ahead. And then, without warning, the tears came, not slowly, not quietly, but all at once, everything she had been holding back for years pouring out in a way she couldn't stop. And in that moment, she realized something she had been avoiding for a long time. She wasn't okay. And pretending wasn't helping. That moment became her breaking point. But it also became her turning point. Because for the first time, she allowed herself to be honest, not just with others, but with herself. She allowed herself to feel everything she had been holding back, the sadness, the frustration, the confusion, the exhaustion, and instead of pushing it away, she let it exist, she let it move through her, she let herself experience it fully. And in that honesty, something began to change. Not outside, but inside. She realized that her strength didn't come from pretending. It came from allowing herself to be real. From acknowledging her pain, from giving herself permission to not be okay. And that realization changed how she moved through her days. She stopped pretending everything was fine when it wasn't. She started opening up, even if just a little, even if just to one person, and in doing so, she felt something she hadn't felt in a long time: relief. She also began to take care of herself differently, not as someone trying to fix a problem, but as someone who deserved care. She created space in her day, moments where she wasn't thinking about what hadn't happened, moments where she allowed herself to breathe, to rest, to simply be, and slowly, she began to feel lighter. She changed the way she spoke to herself, replacing harsh thoughts with kinder ones, replacing blame with understanding, and over time, that shift began to affect how she felt, not just emotionally, but physically. She felt calmer, more grounded, more connected to herself. Weeks passed, then months, and while nothing had changed on the outside yet, everything inside her was different. She wasn't carrying the same weight. She had found a way to move through her journey without losing herself in it. She was still hoping, still trying, but she was no longer pretending. And then one morning, quietly, without expectation, something shifted. She noticed her period hadn't come, and for a moment, she paused, not with fear, not with urgency, but with a calm awareness. She gave herself time, allowed herself to sit with the moment, and after a few days, she took a test. Her hands steady, her breath slow, and as she looked at the result, her heart seemed to stop. Positive. She stared at it, not moving, not speaking, just feeling. And then, slowly, tears filled her eyes. Not just for that moment, but for everything it took to get there. Vanessa's story is not about a simple answer. It is about something deeper. It is about the power of honesty, the power of allowing yourself to feel, the power of letting go of the need to appear strong all the time, and understanding that true strength comes from being real. If you are on this journey, if you have been pretending you are okay when you're not, please hear this. You don't have to carry everything alone. You don't have to hide your feelings. You don't have to be strong all the time. It is okay to feel. It is okay to break. It is okay to be human. Because sometimes, the moment you stop pretending is the moment everything begins to change. If this story touched your heart, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more real and supportive fertility content, and share your thoughts in the comments, because your story matters, your voice matters, and you are not alone. And always remember, you don't have to be okay to move forward. And your story is still being written.